Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Sports Night. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Sorry we started just a little bit late tonight. Still having some technical difficulties. Steve's having some connection issues, so I definitely apologize. But we didn't want you all to wait any longer, so we're going to get started. Steve's going to pop in, hopefully, once he gets his connection issues figured out. But I definitely appreciate everybody being here tonight. We are going to go a little bit off topic, actually a lot off topic. So instead of talking about our normal sports night, we thought with it being less than a month now before the big trip to Florida for Disney World and Galaxy's Edge, we thought for the next week or so, or maybe even a couple weeks, we'll do some sports in there too. We would focus on Disney to really get ready for the trip. So we are tonight going to talk about a really fun topic. I actually really enjoy shopping down at Disney, and we're going to talk about our favorite stores. And while we're waiting for Steve to connect, I will do a little bit of mousekeeping. Obviously, we'll say hi to everybody in the chat as well. A few things real fast. Obviously, Dean over at the Live Place. Dean, they host all of these streams, family-friendly streams throughout the week, Monday through Sunday. You're looking for a stream, check out theliveplace.com. You can definitely find one there for sure. There's at least 1 to 2 streams every night of the week. So if you're looking for something, you'll find something for sure. And, of course, our partner channel, Steve's World. He goes live on Mondays. Check him out. He goes live on Wednesdays. That'll rotate with this and that. It'll be on either Brandy and Dave, Shep, Zip, or Steve's channel. Always been a lot of fun. Be sure to check them out. And, of course, he goes live with me on Saturdays here for Sports Night. And then, of course, Disney Dan. Dan, who's great. Dan does Disney Food Fridays. He just released a new one. Check that one out. And he goes live right after me tonight. Actually, he wanted to go a little bit later tonight because he's going to have an extended stream tonight of Disney Fiasco. So be sure to check him out. Dan's trying to get his hours in. Really needs to get close to his hours now, and we want to do all we can to help him with that. So be sure to do so. And with us, of course, Melissa just has been doing her new series on to eat or not to eat, the Disney food question. There are several snacks that she hasn't tried yet at Walt Disney World, but she wants your opinion on it. So go check out her first 2 episodes that just came out not too long ago. They're a lot of fun. And I am starting a new episode, a new series as well. It's going to be called the Disney Ride Along series, which will be premiering tomorrow at, I think we're going to premiere it at noon tomorrow. I don't know about that just yet. I'll put it out later on today. The Disney Ride Along series, I'm going to take one ride or attraction from Walt Disney World, and we're going to kind of talk about it. We're going to break it down, talk about the history, this, that, and the other, and then I'm going to put on our Imagineer hats and talk about how we might change that ride. So I really hope you guys like that series as well. Check that out. But let me say hi to a lot of people in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for being here. There's 18 in here already. Want to say hi to, of course, Steve, who's making his way in here right now. LSU Mom, welcome in. There he is. You're sideways. You are sideways. There he is. Steve.
How about that?
There you go. Gotcha.
So I'm on my phone because the computer is not working. So I'm going to, oops. Nope, that way. How about that?
Oh, you're fine.
So I'm going to attempt to fix it while we talk. So
okay. Well, I just getting ready to say hi to everybody in the chat. So that's perfect timing. While Steve's doing that, I want to say hi to LSU Mom. David Houston's here. Samantha Lowe's here. Samantha, I hope your mom's having a great birthday weekend. Arvine, the Disney's here. Arvine says, shopping is considered a sport? I like this kind of sports talk already.
Yep.
It can be. It's definitely, let me tell you, there's some cardio involved in shopping for sure. Oh, my gosh, that's so funny. Pam's fam is here. Noah's here. Dances with Goofy. Still maybe the best name. That's really cool. Pete's here. Pete says, I'm at the studio door knocking. Nobody's answering. I know. Zachary Pollock's in here as well. Arving the Disney, if I didn't say hi. Rockin' Robin's here. My Disney Park Memories is here. Miguel's in here. Good to see you, Miguel. It's Joey's World's here. He says, yay, it's Sports Night. Howdy, Noah, and everybody else. Good to see you. Let's see. Pete's here, and I think that's everybody for now. Let's see. Andrea Houston's in here as well. Andrea, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And, yep, I think we are up to date while Steve is getting that together. And, yep, we thought we'd talk a little bit of Disney shopping because we have a lot of Disney coming up. Obviously, we have the big trip coming up in about 3 weeks now. And we thought we'd kind of focus a little bit on Disney itself in general for the next couple weeks. Sprinkle in some sports as well, but I thought we would do that. That'll be a lot of fun for sure. But let's get started, Steve. I thought we'll do this in a couple different ways, I think, if it's all right with you, I think we'll go park by park, talking about which ones of our stores are our favorites. I don't know if you ranked them. I didn't necessarily rank mine, but I do have them by the different parks. What about you?
I did have on the computer before it died on me. So I have them all written down, but I don't remember exactly where each one of them are. So we'll play it by ear.
Okay, good. Tammy Ibarra, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Trix Young, welcome in. Thank you, everybody. We definitely appreciate your patience. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I appreciate Steve trying his best to get it up and running, but we're just glad you're here, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. No, you're good. So I want to start. We'll start over at Hollywood Studios, and we'll kind of make our way around the different parks. And don't worry, folks, we won't forget about Disney Springs as well, because obviously we want to touch down there because there are a ton of stores down there. But we'll start over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So I'll go first, Steve, just kind of get things started. One of my favorite stores over at Hollywood Studios is right inside as you come in the entrance. It's Mickey's of Hollywood. I really enjoy that store. I like that one a lot. Lots of different merchandise in there. I love the inside. I love the aesthetic of it. And Mickey's of Hollywood is the first one for me. I like that store a lot. What about you, Steve?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the one right there on the left as soon as you walk in, is it not?
Yes.
The clothes, some other things in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
It's a fun store. I think they're all of these that make our list, I'm sure, are fun. There's unique aspects to all of them. But, yeah, I really enjoy Mickey's of Hollywood for sure. Let's see. Pete's got to run out for a little bit. Pete, thank you, buddy. Hope to see you soon. Blame Zip. He said blame Zip for your issue.
It's easy to blame Zip.
So there you go. That's my first one is Mickey's of Hollywood.
So that was also on my list for Hollywood Studios. And I only had one more over at Hollywood Studios, partly because I wasn't sure how many we were going to do, and I didn't know we were going to do my park. And I probably have, 25 to now about 30 other ones listed. So, and the only other one that I put is, I believe it's Hollywood Studios. As soon as you go down the street and turn right, it's a Once Upon a Time.
Oh, yeah.
And it is, I think it's, sorry, everything's loading and clicking here. I believe it's the store you turn and you go in it. It's got some film stuff in it, reacting back to some movies and things like that. And that's the only other one I really put down at Hollywood Studios.
Gotcha. Now, there are actually a couple of stores right now that are shut down. I don't remember the name of them, but there's a couple of them that right now are going through massive there as well. So that's another thing that we have to keep that in mind. But I actually had two other ones from Hollywood Studios that made my list. I actually do like the Celebrity 5 and 10, which is also right there on the main drag. I like that one a lot. A lot of fun aspects to that store. I think that one's really, really cool as well. But I also have to admit, I really do like, even though it's probably going to be less busy than it used to be, I actually like Tatooine Traders as you come out of Star Tours.
Oh, that's on my list too. Sorry. That's one of my favorites. I don't know why I was thinking that was somewhere else. That is on my list too, and it's actually one of my favorite stores.
Yeah, I really enjoy Tatooine Traders. What I think we'll see, have you heard that Russia Taylor, the voice, Russi Taylor, the voice of Minnie Mouse, passed away? Yes. Noah just said Russi Taylor, the voice of Minnie Mouse, passed away today.
Oh, that's sad. I did not know that.
Yeah, I think that just posted a couple hours ago, but I did hear that, Noah. That is sad for sure. But no, I really enjoyed Tatooine Traders. What I think we'll see in the future is less of the new movies in Tatooine Traders, and I think we'll see the prequels and the originals is what they'll probably focus on more than anything else at those shops. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Give me 30 seconds. I got this thing rocking and rolling now. So.
Okay, you're gonna switch over?
Switch over. I'll be right back.
All right. Steve will be back, everybody. All right, Dougie, welcome in. Hey, Dougie, Walter Grahams, thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate you. Yeah, it is sad for sure. I don't like that at all. There's Steve. All right, let's keep going here. I do like Tatooine Traders. What's interesting is I really thought that when they originally when they talked about Galaxy's Edge, that the entire store was going to go away. But I'm glad that it hasn't, for sure.
I think we're good now.
Yep, we're good. I can hear you and everything. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh man, I don't know what was going on. You sent the link 10 minutes earlier, whatever. And by the time I clicked OK, everything just started stopping and slowing down. So
That's all right.
but we're good now, I think.
Good.
So
Good. It's funny. I think your other one is still connected. I see a third box there.
yeah, it'll go away in a minute. I've disconnected it from the. Let me see if I can boot him. No, I can't do that.
That's all right.
So
John Hazelton, welcome in. And Donna Jaworski, there's the birthday girl.
Hey.
Donna, we're going to be saying happy birthday to you for about another 2 weeks. So just do that.
It's always Donna's birthday.
I know. Well, welcome in, Donna. Thank you for being here. Hope you had a great birthday weekend. Hope it's still going on for you. And John Hazelton, welcome in, buddy. Thank you for being here as well. We definitely appreciate you. But you're right. It's funny when I think about Hollywood Studios, it's kind of sad. There aren't a ton of stores over there that I'm that into, but there are a couple. I think that's the one thing I will say is each park does have at least a couple for me. What about you?
Yeah, this is the one that has the least for me, and I'm glad you started with it while I was having my little issues there because I got so much more to talk about in the other parks. But it's just, I don't know. Hollywood Studios for me has always been my least favorite park. It's been the smallest park for me. It's been the park I can do in less than a day, and I don't ever go twice in one trip. But I mean, that's all starting to change with some of the things that they're doing and some of the enhancements that they're making. But
right,
the shopping falls right in line with that. It's still, it's just not as good as everywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I think they understand that, and I think they're changing that with the refurbishments that they're doing in a lot of these shops. And that's really kind of the hope is they're upping their game a little bit. You know, back in the day, and everybody in the chat, I don't know if you'll remember this, they used to have a villain store at Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
I don't know why they got rid of that store. That would be such a great store.
And there was was it the candy store, the villain's candy store, or the actual villain store you're talking about?
No, it was a villain store that had, I think it might have had candy stuff too, but I know it had villains attire because we had gotten a villain shirt. And we still have the villain's towel. We bought a villain's beach towel in there that we love. But it's gone now. It's too bad. I think
it used to be, what is that? Is that Hollywood Boulevard that's by Tower of Terror?
Yes.
Okay, so the one I'm talking about used to be right there. You go down, as soon as you turn right to go on down Hollywood Boulevard, it was on the left-hand side. Yeah, that wasn't actually, they made candy apples and things in there.
Yes.
And
yes, you're right.
So, but they did have some villains merchandise. That used to be my favorite store in all of Disney World.
Yes, I know. And they used to have, was it the Maleficent in the window, or the old lady was in the window from Snow White?
They changed. They had a few different ones, I think, and I think they were both there. But they do have, and we'll get to it later. I think they moved. If you want to call moving the villain store, there's a villain store down at Disney Springs. And I don't know if that's the reason why they got rid of it or not, but that was a mistake for them to,
I think,
to remove that.
I agree. Andrea Houston says, do you remember a magician store?
There used to be a magic store, but it was very short-lived, I think, because it was not that popular. I mean, that was obviously tailored to a specific group of people, a very specific group of people. And man, I don't remember how long ago. I remember seeing one. I don't remember how long ago it went away.
Okay, yeah, it's funny. It must not have been there very long because I don't remember that store at all.
Or maybe it was a section inside another store or something. But I remember the magician stuff.
Okay, interesting. Yep, I don't remember that. Andrea Houston says, "Old lady, Walt. She worked there." I did. I really enjoyed that villain store. I wish they would bring it back in some capacity. But you're right. And we'll get into Disney Springs a little bit later. But let's go from Hollywood Studios. Let's go to Animal Kingdom next because I have a few in Animal Kingdom as well. Not quite as many as some of the other places, but I do have a couple in Animal Kingdom as well. But Steve, we'll let you start with Animal Kingdom this time. Which one of yours in Animal Kingdom? Okay,
so one of mine is going to be the Island Mercantile Store, and it has, I believe it's basically when you start walking into the main part there, it's going to be off to your left, right before I think Pandora, and it has it's got camera equipment and food and pins and accessories, apparel. It's just it's a really cool store, and it's to me it's like the main store for all of Animal Kingdom. It's kind of large, and I also judge my stores on where I like to pin trade. And that's the best one for me. That's the best store in Animal Kingdom to pin trade, but it's colorful. It's got all the, they get blue and red and it's just really bright colored. And then they have all the little kiosks and booths set outside. So it's just one of those things that it's just probably the biggest store there, and I like it the most, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pulling it up now to take a look at it. The Island Mercantile, absolutely. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. That is a good one for sure. Now, one of the ones for me that I really like over there, it's specific to a specific land, is over at Pandora. I really like Wind Traders. I think Wind Traders is a really neat store. I love the Banshees that you could buy that go on your shoulder. But a lot of their merchandise, especially the attire, is really nice merchandise. Yep. Mason had got, and of course he lost it, but he had gotten a really nice sweatshirt. When that part of the land had first opened, they were selling sweatshirts. They were beautiful. It was really light, really done well. I liked the way it looked on him. But the T-shirts are great too. So Wind Traders was one for me. What do you think of Wind Traders?
That was I was actually going to say that one for. I don't know why I was saving it for last, but that's my favorite store at Animal Kingdom. Complete. Avatar is one of my favorite movies. That's got my favorite ride in Flight of Passage.
Yeah.
That's my favorite themed land for now, and it's got so many cool little trinkets. But like besides the whole ordeal with the Banshees, you go and you put them on shoulder and you go through a ritual and everything. I mean, they have the headgear, they have the weapons, the fake weapons. They have the floating rock, the unobtainium. My niece bought one of those last time we were there. I guess we bought my niece one of those when we were there.
Do you know what the price is on that, Steve? Do you remember?
It was $100, $125, I think.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was at the time.
Okay.
And it's a little thing you put here, and it has a little rock. I mean, it's a real rock, and it like floats,
floating, right?
It floats and spins. You can spin it, and it'll sit there and just spin in the air. It's pretty wild how they do it, but so it is pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah, that's probably my favorite store in all of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, it's a great one. It really is. It is my favorite store. I agree with you. It's 100%. That's my favorite store as well. Just a lot to it. As usual, it's placed perfectly as you come out of the ride.
Yes, exactly.
Disney's so smart with that. They really are. Yep. And it is. It's a really cool, and it's a good size. It's not small. It's not gigantic. I mean, it's not Mitsukoshi, but it's a good size. Wouldn't you agree with that as well?
Oh yeah, it's it feels small, but because the area right there, as soon as you come out, it's all compact. There's a lot packed into that little area. Because but not only do you have that, but you have the little refreshment stand right next to it, which has my night blossoms, and I go to all the time.
Pongo, right?
Pongu, I think. Pongu. And then Satuli Canteen's right there as well. So you got the whole spectrum of, I love all that stuff right there.
100 feet of each other. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Let's say hi to a few other people that came in. Greg's Disney Adventures is here. Who else did I see? Zip's here. Zippity Doodad, welcome in. Patrick, good to see you, buddy. I think that's everything. Oh, man, just jumped on me, guys. I apologize. I want to make sure I didn't forget anybody real fast. Thank you, Donna, for that. I appreciate it. Alex Conway, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being new. We definitely appreciate you. Thanks for dropping in. Let's see who else. Make sure I didn't miss anybody, Steve. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, I think Brian's here. Hey, Brian Eisenhart, welcome in, buddy. Thank you for being here. And Lori French is here. Mike Wheeler's here, too. Wow, everybody's popping in. Thank you all very, very much. Definitely appreciate it. But, I love Wind Traders. That's my favorite over there. Did you have another one over there as well?
Yeah, I also had I like the Zawani Traders. It's back in the African place, I think. It's like the garage. It looks like a garage.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I forgot about that one.
It has T-shirts, hats, and sunglasses. It has plushes, and you can get all this, like they call them treasures, but you can get a collectible ostrich egg there as well. And it's a pretty cool. I like getting stuff for my house, and it's got a lot of houseware stuff in it too.
Absolutely. I forgot all about that store. Yes, that's really, and like you said, I really like how it looks, where it looks like a garage. It's really neat. Yeah, I agree 100%. Yep, that's a good one for sure. The other one for me, I like this store because it's got a lot going on to it, but I actually like the way it looks, and that's Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures. Yeah. I actually like. There's a lot going on in this store. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's like overload, man, but it's just neat. I really enjoy it. I'm not a big fan of Dino Land in general, but I think the store is fun. You got the giant dinosaur right there as you go in, and you got the train, right? The train up ahead, above it? It's never working.
Yeah, I was just say I don't think it runs, but maybe it is up there. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think so. I'll have to look it up while you're talking, but I think it has a train track up there. But you're right. I don't think I've ever seen it running. And I like the store, and the stuff that's in the store is fun too. What do you think of Chester and Hester's?
Yeah, I didn't put it on my list, but look, there's not a store I won't go in Disney World. I can look around any of that stuff. That's another store that has pins, it has magic bands, it has camera equipment, which are my three main things are there, and then of course it has gifts and things like that too. So yeah, it's perfectly placed for that area, and it's well themed. It's got a lot of good merchandise in there.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Mike Wheeler was saying the shop at MCO Airport is closing for refurbishment starting the 29th of July. That's interesting.
Oh, okay. I always stop in there on my way in.
We do too. It's funny you said that, because that's one of the things, and I said that on my Disney First. That's the first thing when we get out of the airport, we go to that shop. It makes us think, hey, we're finally here.
Yep. Well, I do one of two things. I try to like walk through it, but get on my way because I want to get on the bus, the next bus available to get out to Disney World.
Sure.
But you got to run through the store real quick.
Absolutely. And, they used to have the Mickey out front with all four of the icons.
Yep.
We would always take a picture with that to say, look, we're here.
Is it gone?
I think they've refurbished that whole store. I think it's going to be different now.
We always take a picture there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Andrea Houston says the place where you can watch the artist carving animals, that's a top one of hers. That's a good one too, actually. I forgot about that one as well.
Is that in Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, that's the one where they like literally are hand carving the animals. And a lot of times they'll be right there doing it. Yeah, I know which one she's talking about. That's actually really cool too. I agree 100%.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I you know what, Steve? I couldn't tell you specifically where it's located. I think it's in Africa. In the Africa part, but I don't know if it's over by Kali River Rapids. Why do I think it's over that way? But I think that's where it is. Huh. Brian says the Gag Factory in Toontown is visually amazing. And see, I've never been to Disneyland, but I'll have to look that one up to see what that one looks like. I did mention it the other day in the stream. Mike Wheeler said, okay, gotcha. And then the only other one I see over there at Animal Kingdom that I actually do like the Discovery Trading Post.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean it's your normal store. It's nothing great, but it's got usually it'll get a lot of the new merchandise will come there or the Island Mercantile first. Like when they did all the Lion King 30th anniversary, a lot of it went there, and that's why I like that store for me. What about you? Any other ones over in Animal Kingdom?
No, I mean like I said, I like them all, but I only do the ones that are standing out to me, so that's probably all for me.
Okay. All right, so let's head over to Epcot next. We will go to Epcot and hit a few over there because I actually have several at Epcot.
So do
Not as many as I thought I was going to have, but I do have a few. So, Steve, you can go first, bud. Which one of the ones you like at Epcot?
So there's one at Epcot and there's one at Disney Springs, and it's called the Art of Disney store. Mm-hmm. It's actually right there to the right as soon as you pass Spaceship Earth, I believe, as you're coming into the park. I love Disney art, the sculptures, just the artwork itself, the figures, all that stuff. And that's when you walk in there, even if I know that I'm not going to pay $3,000 for a picture, I'm still going to walk in that store and look at all the stuff, take pictures because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that's probably my favorite store in all of Epcot.
Yeah, me too. Actually, it made my list as well. I really enjoy the Art of Disney at Epcot, and like you said, there's another one I think down at Disney Springs or something very similar. But the one at Epcot, I really, really like a lot. And I know that they're kind of when they do all the refurb and the reimagining of that area, that they're moving that store. I don't think it's closing. I think it's moving. But you're right, Steve. All the art in there is absolutely amazing. Whether it's the sculptures or whether it's the actual art itself, it's not anything I can afford.
Not me either.
When you look at one picture and it's framed and it's like $500.
So what you do though is you go take pictures of it and then print the pictures off on photo paper and hang them on your wall. That's what I do. So
that's not a bad. I never even thought about doing that. Oh my gosh. There's some incredible. Donna says it. She says, "I love the art store. There are incredible pieces in there. The prints are actually reasonably priced. And I agree. The prints are, yes.
I forgot you can get the prints by themselves. I'm always looking at them they're always come framed and everything.
Yes.
I forgot you can get the prints by themselves.
Yeah, you can. You can get the prints by themselves. A lot of times I like to get the ones that are framed because it's already done.
Yeah.
But she's right though. You could do that. You definitely could. Mike Wheeler says, I like it, Epcot. You can print a billion gift shop because they have the foam swords and shields. There's a picture on my Facebook would describe what I like that shop. Okay. I'm not sure I read that right, but just in case I didn't. RV the Disney says, does anyone know if the Art of Disney store carries any of the Art of Disney books of each movie? Steve, I'm not sure. Do they?
I don't believe, not the one in Epcot, at least. I don't think it had the books. There was another store. They might have been in the World of Disney store. I can't remember. I'll find out, though, because I have some of them. So I'll find out where they were.
Okay. Brian says you would love the off-the-page store at Disney California Adventure.
I was actually just typing to them. I've never seen it. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Donna says she framed them herself for $30 each. They're selling the same prints framed for over $500. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's true. I know. It's crazy. I'll have to look at some of the prints and make sure I go that way. Pam Stram says I do the prints from any store and mat them and frame them myself because you can get cheap frames at the dollar store. That's true. You can. Definitely can. So my first store over at Epcot, it's the obvious one. I really enjoy Mouse Gear. I like Mouse Gear. I think it's a fun store. It's a very big store. That is a big store. They've got pretty much everything, but they've got Epcot specific stuff in there as well. I really enjoy that store. They get stuff in and out and switch a lot of the merchandise in. It's not the same stuff all the time. I just like the look of the store as well. I know that it's going to be changing a little bit when they do the big reimagining, but that's my first one is Mouse Gear.
Yeah, that's a huge store. If you're, again, pin trading, that's a place to go. Got a lot of cast members that have pins in there to walk around with. But the merchandise, that's your central hub for all the different kinds of merchandise. If you're just your general merchandise. So it's a great store to go to.
Brian says, don't I mean mouse talk at Epcot, not Mouse Gear. I wish.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever get that big. No, we won't. There's no bones about it. Shep's in the house. Welcome in, Shep. Good to see you.
What's up, buddy?
Wanted to pop in and say hi, but getting the kiddos to bed.
He's,
no problem at all.
Yeah, he's wrestling with 4 of them tonight, so.
Good luck. That will not be easy. Not at all, for sure. Especially with twins. But yeah, I do enjoy Mouse Gear a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. I don't know if you've seen, Steve, but they have these new windbreakers that have come out. Have you seen the new windbreakers yet?
You talking about the jacket windbreakers?
Yeah, they're like jackets. Oh my gosh, you got to check them out. They're really, really nice. They have different, like they have Space Mountain, they have Jungle Cruise, they have the Pixar Ball, they have the Purple Wall, they have Animal Kingdom. They're pretty neat. I don't know if anybody in the chat has seen them yet, but I think they're windbreakers. They're kind of like really light. They're nice. They're like $50 though, or $40. But
I'll check them out.
Yeah, they're really nice for sure. I really do like them. So what about you, Steve? Who's next on your list over there at Epcot? What's one of the stores?
Next on my list is probably the store that I spend the second most money at when I'm down at Disney every trip, and that's Pin Central in Future World, which is going away. But I'm sure they're going to build another one. They have to because that's a really popular store. But I love the way it's designed outside. It's got the tapestries all around it. It's right next to the fountain. Yeah. And it's just my central hub for pins. If you love pins, you have to stop by there. It's just a great place to go. And sometimes they have Mickey ears as well. Sometimes they have magic bands, and they have a few snacks and things. But that's my central hub for all my pins.
Let me ask you a question about this, okay? I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yep.
It never looks like, and I think this is actually a good thing for people that are big pin traders. It never looks overly busy there.
It's always steady, but not people just bombarding everything.
Which is good, right?
Yes, very good. And it's also the place where you pick up all your maps for the Food and Wine Festival things like the Remy's Hide and Squeak, the Easter egg hunt, the one they do at the Artist and everything. Brian asked me if I'm a pinhead, and yes, Brian, I have over 5,000 pins. So I would say I'm a pinhead, but I don't know. But yeah, it's just a great place, and it's just right on the other side of Spaceship Earth. I'm really disappointed. I'll be really disappointed if they do not put it somewhere else in the park.
Well, I think they probably understand the popularity of it. I think they probably will relocate it, but right now they haven't given us a relocation, have they?
No, that it has been announced that it is going to move, though, or that it is going to be where it is now will become a garden.
Okay, gotcha. But they haven't said whether or not it's going to relocate.
No.
They just said it was closing?
They just said it's being replaced with a garden is all I read.
Okay. Well, hopefully it'll come back. You're right.
Yeah, they need one of those in every park. They need a main hub like that in every single park. I mean, that's all it is. You have to go looking for the ones in the other 3 parks. This one in Hollywood Studios, it used to be the Sorcerer's Hat, which was my favorite thing about Hollywood Studios till they moved it, and now you can't see it. Now you get to see the theater, but that was the pin store over there, and then they moved it. And now it's just hard to find the main. Like, this is obviously a main hub for pins.
Yes,
they don't really have that in the other 3 parks anymore.
Right, and it's centrally located too. Like you said, you literally will have to probably pass it. To get the World Showcase or other things. You don't have
for sure you do. You come around Spaceship Earth in any direction you want to hub off into, it's right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great. I agree 100%. John says, do you know if they still sell Disney towels in any of the Disney stores? Absolutely.
Yes.
100% they do. They sell them also in the parks too. I've seen kiosks that sell the towels. Yes. Yeah, 100%. And welcome in, G. Wilson. Good to see you. Everybody say hi to G. Wilson. Welcome in. So, Steve, yeah, the pin trader store, you're right. And I agree with you. With the pins being as popular as they are, I'm really surprised they don't have a central hub area or a central store. You know, that one store in each park where you go to get pins. Now, they can have them in the, different pins in stores, but I'm surprised they don't as well. I agree 100%. But my next store for me, thank you, Donna. I appreciate that very, very much. Yes, everybody, please hit that like button for us. Definitely helps out the stream. And we even got a dislike. There you go.
Yeah. Thumbs down guys showed up. It's probably because of me and my camera at the beginning.
No, not at all. Not at all. So the next one for me, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. The boys, my 2 boys love this store. Dude, I'm telling you, everybody, they will go in here and they will spend an hour in this store. And it's the Mitsukoshi store. Over at the Japan Pavilion in World Showcase. It's a huge store. It's got everything in this store. And it's still really big, but they did a refurb and kind of sized it down a little bit to help, I think, with the new signature restaurant that just opened over there. But it's Mitsukoshi. What a store. Isn't it, Steve? It's amazing.
It's one of my favorites too. It's got the Japanese candy. You can go back and buy all the different sakis. My favorite, the bonsai trees.
Yes,
it is very well themed to that culture. I mean, you're walking through Japanese culture in that store, and I think you cross that little bridge there. It goes across the creek around not really a moat around it, but it goes around the building, and it's just a beautiful store.
Absolutely, and you got the little. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that very much on the PO box. Thank you, I appreciate it. And actually, we're going to go over that. We actually got some magic mail today too, but. You're right, and they also got the little show where they do the pearl, where they open up the claim and you can get the pearl, which is really neat. And they have a lot of Pokemon stuff in there. It's pretty awesome. And
Mike Wheeler says that the Pin Central is being relocated to the photo shop in the front of the parks. That's awesome. I'm glad they're not getting rid of it.
Well, it's even better, yeah, because then it's even closer. It's right to the front, and like you said, you got to pass it. That's fantastic. And Brian says he heard Mitsukoshi is a gym in Pokemon Go. It might be a gym in there.
They've added gyms. They've added things around of Disney World for sure.
Okay, neat. How about that? Yeah.
And hey, Kay
Atwood, welcome in. Good to see you. I love Pick a Pearl in the Japan store. Absolutely, LSU Mom. It is really neat, and it gets a good following. You'll get a crowd of people when someone's doing that Pick a Pearl. It's really, really neat. They do a really good job of that, and they make it fun for sure. Yep. I agree. The camera shop is going to temporarily house the pin store. Donna said too. So there you go, Steve. So it's not going away. Yep, that's good news. So what's next for you?
So mine's, to speed up time, I'm going to combine 3 of them real quick. And that's I love Germany is the country that I long to visit. Before, it's on my bucket list. I studied it for 8 years. So my favorite store there is the Divinox Ecke. It's the Christmas corner when you translate to English. It's just a nice little German Christmas store back there. It has, art, collectibles, gift wares, all that kind of stuff. They also have Der Teddy Bar, which is like a little toy store. It has toys and pins, and they also have some clothes and stuff. And then the last one that's in that little area that I like really well is Caramel Kuka, which is caramel cake. It's like got the Werther's original stuff and all the caramel back there. It's just a great store. So that little collection of 3 stores just for the whole country is my favorite shopping. Next to the pins in the art store, just looking. If I'm actually going to buy stuff, it's going to be that little area right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't include the Caramel Couche or Kuka, whatever you call it, because I didn't include any food shops. But you're right, man. That store is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, I included it because you can buy gift stuff there.
I guess you're right. I guess you can. I didn't even think of it that way.
Not the one I tried to stay away because I wrestled with that too, and I got one or two other ones on here. But it's for you can buy the gift boxes and the gift bags of stuff.
Yes,
and that's why I put it on my list.
Yep, absolutely. I'm glad you did because I love that shop. You can smell that like 2 pavilions away, and it always draws me in.
Oh wow! Brian says he actually lived in Ramstein when in West Germany when he was a kid. That's awesome.
That's great. Yep, absolutely. Misty Rain, welcome in. Hi, Misty. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Who else? I appreciate you. Donna, thank you very much for all that. I appreciate it. Check out Steve's channel as well. The only other one I had on there is I'm going to go over to England. I actually like the Sportsman Shop over in the UK Pavilion. That's actually a fun little store. It's right there when you enter the UK. It's off to the right. It's kind of that main building. I just like it in there. I think it's really cool. They have a lot of the sports UK stuff in there. If you're looking for some football stuff, UK football, you can find some jerseys and things like that in there. All the stores in general in UK are pretty neat. I like the way the symmetry over there is pretty cool. So Sportsman Shop for me in Epcot as well.
Oh no, that's a great one. Yeah, I mean, it's another one of those authentic places where you can go and you can experience culture and all that. So yeah, it's really good.
Yep, and I think if I'm not mistaken, the Sportsman Shop is also where you can get like the Doctor Who or Sherlock stuff, or is that one of the other ones over there?
I think that's it. It's either that or the Toy Soldier, but I think it's that one.
Okay, yeah, isn't that terrible? I can't remember, but it's a fun shop. I really like it a lot. Yep. So next, let's move over to Magic Kingdom. We're going to save Disney Springs for last.
Hey, real quick before you do that, one more that I had on my list.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
You're fine. I would feel remiss if I didn't mention it, and that's the House of Good Fortune. Just like the Japanese store.
Absolutely.
If you want absolute culture in the Chinese pavilion, that's the place to go. And it is huge. It's massively long. You can go in there and see all they have hand-carved sculptures. They have the fans. They have the little bowl you can roll your fingers around and all the statues of Buddha and all that.
It's fantastic.
If you want, again, another highly cultural store, and it's really incredible and beautiful.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm glad you didn't forget it. And it's actually going down for refurbishment for 4 days.
For
4 days.
Okay.
Yep. No, it won't be down.
If you meant 4 days or in 4 days.
No, for a total of 4 days, but it's like in the beginning of August. It'll be down. Yep. Brian, I love that store. That's a great pick. You're right. House of Good Fortune. That's also where they put that unique cotton candy that they make during the festivals. It's back in the corner back there too. They didn't take it away. They put it back there. So that's kind of neat too. I do want to mention Brian mentioned something, and he's right. I actually would like to do this, going back to the Germany pavilion in the store. He said him and Jennifer are planning to get one of those cuckoo clocks in Germany.
Yes.
I want one too.
Oh, they're so awesome. If you get the ones that are originally from the Black Forest, they're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. And they hand carve them. So, hand carve and build.
I agree. That's why I had to mention it, because it's fantastic. Yep. Those things are amazing. They're not cheap, but they are really, really nice. I agree, Brian.
And they got the little steins in the back that play music, and Germany is my favorite pavilion, I think. So
their stores are so awesome in there. It's funny. I want one of the rugs from Morocco.
Yep. Oh my gosh, that store is beautiful too.
And I want one of the cuckoo clocks from Germany. I probably won't get either one ever because they're so expensive. They're nice.
Yep.
For sure. All right. So let's move over to Magic Kingdom. I want to say hi to Disney. Disney New Hot Videos. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And Steve, let's move over to Magic Kingdom, because I'm sure we have several over there.
You do?
I do.
I do. No, that's what I'm saying. I do.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were asking, do I? Yes, I do. I have about 6.
Yeah, I've got probably at least that many. So.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'll let you go first then. What's your first one?
Well, the first one I'm going to go to, again, feeding off of what my favorite one in Epcot, or my first one in Epcot, was Crystal Arts. That store is another art store with beautiful crystal artwork. It has collectibles and figurines, and it's stuff for your gifts in your house too. And that is just another one of those gorgeous stores that I can't afford much in, but I like to walk through, take pictures of all the artwork. It's just an absolutely incredible store.
I agree 100%. Do you see what Brian put?
I do. I've had Black Forest. Now, there's actually a German restaurant here in Indianapolis, and they serve authentic food. They bring it in or whatever. And I've had the Black Forest cake there. I know it's nothing like the Black Forest cake from the Black Forest while you're actually there. But Black Forest cherry cake is one of my favorite desserts.
There you go.
So it's really good.
Nice. Hi to Magic Kingdom Princess. Kingdom Princess, welcome in. I've never had it. I wouldn't even know, but I'd love to try it. And I'm picky. But so are you. So
yeah, I am. An authentic Black Forest cherry cake is soaked in liquor.
Oh,
so and some of it's like cooked off and stuff, but it's phenomenal.
Cool. Absolutely. But no, that's a great store. I agree 100%. It's funny because they always have, as you first walk in, they have the one piece of artwork that's kind of focused right there on the tripod kind of thing. What's that called? I can't. The easel. Yeah. And it's always like $1,000.
Oh yeah.
It's a really nice piece of art, man.
I can shop with my eyes just as well as I can with my wallet, so it's okay.
I know. I always go in there. I look at that and I go, "Oh my god."
Joey said he's scared of the crystal store. He's so afraid he's gonna be like a bull in a china shop and be paying Disney back forever. I'll tell you what, some of that stuff is just like if my niece, God love her, but sometimes she's clumsy. She's 13 or something like that. So she's not allowed to go in that store. She has to wait outside because she'll bump into something, and I completely know where Joey's coming from.
That's so funny. That's a great store though. They do really have some nice stuff. Now that's not the one. The Crystal Arts is not the one that also has the movie theater. That's the cinema, right? Where they show the
cinema
movie.
one, yeah.
All right. Okay. I think it's right next to it though.
Yeah, it is right next to it.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. So the first one for me as we go to Magic Kingdom, it's my favorite. It's actually one of my favorite in all of Walt Disney World is the Ye Old Christmas Shop over in Liberty Square. To combine Disney and Christmas, my two favorite things.
Yep.
It's really an awesome store. And I had heard from somebody, I don't know if it was Joey's World or Zip. Somebody had told me that if you're the first one in the store for the day, they will let you decorate the Christmas tree.
Yes.
It might have been you that told me, Steve.
I did it on one of my earlier the Secrets of Disney streams or whatever.
Okay.
It is. I don't know if they still do, but it is one of the things that you get to help decorate the Christmas tree. If you're one of the first one or two people or something like that, you get to help decorate. Now they usually take the first or second kid that gets there, but yeah, you get to help decorate the Christmas tree for sure.
That's fantastic. I would love to do that. I'll tell them I'm a kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we're all kids at heart.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I love that store. We buy something from that store every single time. We got an advent calendar one time from there, Steve. It was Mickey-shaped ears, and with each day of the month, you would put in a character or something from Disney in. It was really neat.
Oh, nice.
That and all the different ornaments. I just love that store. And it's in Liberty Square, one of my favorite lands. I just love the Ye Old Christmas Shop.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's one of my favorite stores as well. I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. So just like the Divine Ox Eka, any of these Christmas stores are going to be on my list.
Me too. Joey's World says, just borrow someone's kid for a while. I don't think their parents would be too happy with that.
No.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. So who's next on your list, Steve? What's one of the other stores you like over there?
Oh, I lost my place here. Let me go back up. So next I'm going to go with, just because of the way it's themed, it's different than most other things, the 100 Acre Goods in Fantasyland. It's like the store that you come out of the Winnie the Pooh ride and
Absolutely.
go into.
Uh-huh.
And you just don't see Winnie the Pooh merchandise is not plastered everywhere. So this is a specific hub for it. And I love Winnie the Pooh. So just seeing all the different characters and the merchandise that you can buy in there is pretty cool.
I agree 100%. Very lack of Winnie the Pooh everywhere else but that store, which is kind of too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. That store, it's really nice in there. Of course, they lead you right out of it from the ride again. Genius.
Yep.
And tons of Winnie the Pooh stuff. I really like the plushes in there. They feel they're really soft. They're really soft. I love it. I think they're great. Brian asked if we have a heraldry shop in Magic Kingdom. I don't think we do. Do we?
The magic shop, is that what you said?
No, the heraldry shop. Heraldry shop. Brian put that in the chat. I don't know what that is, but I don't think we have that.
I think that's in Disney. I was looking earlier at that shop because it came up on my list. I think that's in Disneyland.
Right. But that's what you're saying. Do we have one in ours?
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do either. No, I don't think we.
If we do, I haven't been to it yet.
Gotcha. Welcome in, Conscious Brandon and Shadimes ASMR. Thank you for being here. We definitely appreciate y'all stopping in. We're definitely just talking some Disney. We're talking our favorite Disney stores. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here for sure. Next one for me is, no, I just went. It's your turn, right?
No, I just went. I think I just went with the Pooh store.
That's right, Pooh. Okay. So next one for me, we're going to go over to where Toontown used to be. I'm drawing a blank on it now. Storybook Circus. That's it. We're going to go to Big Top Souvenirs.
Yep.
Awesome store. Love it in there. Kind of twofold, kind of a candy store a la merchandise store.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a neat store. Great way to get out of the heat. It's going to be air conditioning, which is really nice. And it's a good size store. They got a lot of stuff in that store.
Yeah.
And we love it. It's one of Melissa's favorites as well. Normally we'll get one of the candies from behind the counter. It's just awesome. I love Big Top Souvenirs.
That's the one under the tent, right?
It is. Yep.
Okay. So I love pin events, like true pin events that Disney sponsors. We used to go to them all the time. And you'd have an admission fee and they don't do them like they used to anymore. And I would go to this. The last one I went to was under that tent. And, nice. And it's just a really incredible place. And that store again is another one of those stores. It's got everything. It's just a general goods store, which are the ones that I enjoy the most because it's got a wide variety of stuff that you can buy. And yeah, that's a great store. Absolutely.
And like you said, it's a general store, but it's really neat and it's got a lot of different stuff to it. And it's a great theme. The theming's really neat. It really does look like it's a Big Top from a circus.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely. So which one's next for you, Steve?
Well, piggybacking off of that one, besides that one, the other one that's just a massive general store is probably on everybody's list, and that's the Main Street Emporium.
Absolutely.
That's another one of those big, long stores that has all your general merchandise, stuff for your house. It's got your magic bands, it's got pins, it's got shoes, it's just got everything you need. And that's just all your general merchandise. Now, it's not obviously not specialized like the art store or something like that is, but it's just one of those big, large general stores, and you can get all kinds of special things in there. And of course, every cast member in there usually has pins, and there's a lot of them in there. So definitely the Emporium.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny because I really think of the Emporium as the entire left side of Main Street.
Yes,
yes,
it's
all connected.
I don't count Casey's down at the end. So
yeah, and they have on the outside they all have different names, like you know, Store of Champions or whatever, but they're all really connected. It's
all the Emporium.
Exactly, it really is, in my opinion. You're right; they got everything. But I really like the part of that store I really enjoy is way down in the front, all the way down by where the flag is in the very beginning. They have the area there for all the mugs.
Yes,
they have the mug. They have like 100 different hundreds of different kinds of mugs. I love the mugs, and
they carry all the socks too.
Yes,
I actually got 2 socks back there now. I got Dopey and Grumpy. Yeah. There'll be I can't explain why I got those right now, but they'll cut in the future. There'll be a video coming out with that. So
nice. I do. I love the Emporium. I think that's a great pick. It's so crowded. I would always recommend the folks to stay away from the Emporium at the end of the night when the park closes. Yep. Try to stay more up towards the castle. Everybody tends to gravitate down to the beginning, to the front part of the park. and that front area where I like to be, where the mugs are, really gets crowded.
Yep.
Near the back tends to stay a little bit less crowded. Just kind of PSA announcement there. But next one for me, we're going to go over to Tomorrowland. I really like this store. I think it's neat. I like the mural. It's Mickey Star Traders. It's not anything fantastic, but the mural around the store is really neat. Lots of hidden Mickeys in there. It's really fun. Plus, you can see people on the People Mover that ride by, and I always wave to them to see if anybody's going to wave back. And a lot of them do. They actually like that you wave to them. They get really happy about it. But I just like Mickey Star Traders. It's a cute little store. It's got a lot of star stuff, and I think it's cool.
Yep. No, it's a good one for sure. I'm going to it didn't make my list really, but I'm going to bypass it so that we're running out of time here, and I want to make sure we get to Disney Springs.
Okay, sure. Conscious Brandon, thank you for that. I appreciate that. $1 super chat from Conscious Brandon. That was very nice. Everybody, please thank Brandon in the chat. I appreciate that very much, buddy. Next one for you, Steve. Magic Kingdom.
I'm just going to name the rest of them that were on my list just so we can make sure we get to Disney Springs. And that's I had Sir Mickey's, which is under the castle. I'm not a big fan of Memento Mori, but I know you probably have it on your list. And then I also had the Chapeau, the ear and pin store.
Oh yeah,
on my list as well. Yeah,
no, they're all great.
Oh, and the Agrabah Bazaar. I like the theming in that one.
Yes, very nice. Absolutely, 100%. I agree. So for me, the other ones I had over there, I do like Sir Mickey's. I really like the inside of that. How it looks like you see the giant coming through the ceiling. It looks like he's trying to get into the store from Mickey and the Beanstalk, which is really neat. It's just really done well.
Yeah, a lot of the stores we picked based on the theming of the store and the artwork in it. So
absolutely, 100%. And then I did put Memento Mori on there. I wish they had a little bit better stuff in there. I'm not real thrilled with the overall items that they sell. I like the fact that it's a Haunted Mansion themed store. I just wish some of the items they had were a little bit different. I'm not overly enamored with a lot of the stuff in there. I wish they could kind of switch it out. That's all. And then the other one I had on there, and I just lost my spot, was I think that was it. Yeah, no, you named them. Yep, because other than that, all the other ones we already had listed. Emporium, Star Traders, and that's it. So that's Magic Kingdom. Tons of them in Magic Kingdom. But let's head down to Disney Springs. We'll finish up down there. And to be honest with you, Steve, I only had 3.
Oh, this is where I got the most.
Okay. So we'll start with you since you have more. Well, I really have 4. I'm kind of combining 2.
Okay.
But okay. Which one of your ones?
I'll narrow it down some here. The first one I'm going to start with is the Lego store. I think the Lego store is incredible. Obviously, I like Legos. But just not only to be able to purchase Legos, but the sculptures they have out there are incredible. And the monster, if you want to call it a monster, inside the lake. That one with Prince Philip. Is it Philip and Maleficent, the dragon?
Yes.
That's an incredible one. I mean, that's just insane. And then, of course, the one with all the Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs and everything. I really love Legos, and the way they create those things is incredible.
I agree. I love that store, too. You can buy anything in that store that's Lego. All the different sets they have in there are absolutely amazing.
And, of course, they got my dream set of the $800 Millennium Falcon. So
we can go in half season. You can hold it for half the year, and I'll hold it for half the year. The only thing I don't like about that store is so crowded.
It is. It's so popular.
Can't move in that store.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, there's so many people in that store. But that's because everybody loves it.
Yep.
But man, it's so busy in there. But that's a great pick. Lego store for sure. So for me, I'm going to do the one that I kind of combined them. I really enjoy the Marvel and Star Wars store. The little ones they have down there. Yep. I think they're over near the east side or maybe they're in the marketplace. I don't remember. But they have a Star Wars and a Marvel store. I like both of them. I think they have a ton of Marvel and Star Wars stuff in them. The only downside to these 2 stores for me, they're extremely small.
Yep.
Not
a lot of merchandise.
No, and just not a lot of room to move either.
I think this room's bigger. I say it's not really, but this room feels bigger to me than those stores do.
Yes, they cram a lot of merchandise in really small stores, and you really can't get around. But I like the merchandise.
Brian says, $800 super chat for Steve on Monday. I'll tell you what, if that ever happened, that's what it would go to for sure. So, but no, that's not. That's never going to happen, and it never needs to happen. So,
oh my gosh, that's so fun. You got Joey's World said, okay, folks, got to go for now. Take care. Thank you,
Joey.
Joey's World. Thank you. We appreciate it. We're not too far behind you. We appreciate that very much. But Kay says, my brother just finished putting together the Millennium Falcon. How about that?
That's awesome.
Pretty nice. Oh, my gosh. So who's next for you, Steve?
Next for me is going to be Basin, and that's it's not necessarily for me so much as it is. That's where I like to do my shopping for the females in my life, because it's like a bath store, and they have these they have these things you can build these bath bomb tubes with, where you can take all the different scents. They have bath salts and all that. So that's like my favorite store to shop at for if I'm buying gifts for women. So you
can also wash your hands in there.
You can wash your hands, and it feels. I mean, yeah, I'm a guy, but it feels good. I like washing my hands in that special.
No,
soft
it's
soap
great.
prep.
Yeah, those. So we buy them. Yep. Yeah.
So it's a really cool store, and it smells amazing. And they have these big soap stones that you can just chop up. They just literally chop off a block of the soap for you if you buy it. So it's really cool.
It's unique. It's definitely unique. Yep. And I love the fact that you can go in there and wash your hands too. It's really nice. I agree 100%. Yeah, I just got a new sub. Better put more videos up. Good for you, Brian. Good job, buddy. Good job. So the next one for me is obvious. It's the Disney Style Store. I really enjoy the Disney Style Store. I think it's probably my favorite store now at Disney Springs. I know what everybody probably thinks should be number one, but for me, I really enjoy the Disney Style Store. They have a lot of great stuff, a lot of unique T-shirts. I love it. It's brand new. It hasn't been there that long, but it's Disney style.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think I've ever been in that one yet because, like you said, it is fairly new. It's part of that whole refurbishment thing that they did with all of that down there, and I've not been in it yet.
Okay, well you'll love it. You'll love it, Steve. They have a lot of great stuff, a lot of the brand new merchandise, but a lot of the different unique T-shirts. Like if you ever saw the one that says Mountain Man on it,
yep.
That started there. They have a lot of the great stuff down there. You'll like Disney style for sure. It's a good store. Next one for you.
Next one on my list is the Disney Days of Christmas. Again, just falling back to a Christmas store. It's the bigger of all the Christmas stores, I think, and I don't know, it's my favorite one. And it smells so good when you go in there. They have ornaments, and I don't know, it just puts me in a happy place. It's where I come in. Well, not anymore because they moved all the buses, but I used to come in right there on that end. Yeah. And the Christmas store was the first thing I saw and went into it. And it just made me happy, but it still makes me happy every time I see it. So,
yeah, that's a great store. I agree 100%. And I remember back then when they used to have it where that would be where you would enter from the buses, and it's like the first thing you'd see. I agree 100%. Yep. So the last one for me that I had is, of course, World of Disney.
Yep.
I actually like the store better now than I did in the past. And that's saying something because I used to love the way it looked with all the giant characters above you, the Aladdin and Jasmine on the magic carpet and all that. But I like the aesthetic of the new store, the different screens they have on the back walls. It's just a really, really nice store now. Yep. World of Disney's next for me.
Yeah, it made my list easy. It's my favorite store in probably in all of Disney World. It's just it's just the world's largest Disney store. And I didn't get to see a lot. Like when I went last trip, it was still being refurbished. They were like opening half of it, and then they would close it, open the other half of it. Yep. But I love how modern it looks now, and the artwork and in the different drawings. Yeah, it's an incredible store. I really like it.
And not only that, some of that artwork moves. It's kind of animated to the point that it's moving too. It's really kind of neat. Yeah, I love that store. Hi, Talk to Dot. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, no sports tonight, Brian. We got to switch it up. But with the trip coming close, we thought we'd talk a little Disney tonight and thought we'd do something just a little off topic. And we're having a good time with it. And we hope you guys are too. So, Steve, you got another one?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. I got a few more. One is Mickey's Pantry. I loved it is at let me see if I can pull up the map real quick.
I can't think of that one.
It's in Marketplace, and it is by try and pull it up and see if it shows me where it's at here. It's the Kitchen Store, and it's so when you come in you walk in to the where the Christmas store is, you hang a left there, you pass Goofy's Candy Company and all that. Yeah. Right by Wolfgang Puck's or whatever that was store, Earl of Sandwich, right by Earl of Sandwich, it's right back in there. And it's the Kitchen Store, and I love to cook. It's I almost went to culinary school. It's probably one of my favorite things, and I just love finding stuff for the kitchen in there.
Gotcha. Okay. LSU mom Emily asked, do any of the stores sell the Disney Resorts H2O products? Shampoo, shower gel, lotion, etc. I love those.
Somebody does, and I think it's either the World of Disney store or it might be Basin. I can't remember, but I have seen them before. You can at least order them online for sure. But I think it's either the World of Disney store. I think it's the World of Disney store, but it might be that one or the Basin. I can't remember.
Okay, D Hazel, welcome in. D says I've seen the H2O products in most of the resort gift shops. So that's
they are in the resort gift shops as well.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I couldn't answer that because I don't know. But
they're not cheap.
No, not at all. I bet. It's funny, Steve. I didn't even think of the pantry store. That's a good one. Absolutely.
Yep.
Go ahead. That was only those were the ones that are main ones for me. Some of the other ones I can give or take. We're not pin guys, so I don't really get into the pins.
Yep.
But yeah, did you have another one?
I'll just run through the rest on my list. Again, for another reason, this is a food store, but I put Ghirardelli's Soda Fountain Chocolate Shop because you can buy all the gift stuff there. Yep. Of course, the Disney Pin Trader store, the Candy Cauldron. That was probably that's the one, the Villain store that they moved down to Disney Springs. Right.
Oh, absolutely.
The Coca-Cola store,
brand new.
Team Mickey, which is the sports store, and then Once Upon a Toy is a really good store. I love that store.
Yes.
So just a bunch of toys and makes you feel like a kid again. So those are the last ones I had on my list.
Great. The Real Brooklyn, welcome in. Everybody say hi to the Real Brooklyn. Thank you for being here. Now, Disney Spring has such a ton of stores, and I forgot all about the Once Upon a Toy. That is a great store for sure. Other than that, Steve, if you had one store, if we were to say to you, and I know we're running over, we'll wrap it up, folks. I appreciate everybody hanging in there. One store, you only get one. Can only go in one. Which one do you go in?
World of Disney.
World of Disney?
Okay. You can, I mean, because I'm not going to buy any of the artwork. It's too expensive. But it's the biggest store on property. It's the biggest Disney store in the world. And it has just everything. And plus, for me, pin trading, it's going to have the most pin traders in it as well.
Gotcha. And I agree. If I'm only going to be able to do one, it's got to be World of Disney.
Yep.
Like you said, it's going to have everything covered. So, what you find in some of the other shops, you're probably even going to be able to find it there. So I agree 100%. Yep. So there you go, folks. That's the Disney stores. Those are our favorites. Hopefully some of your favorites made our list. We definitely appreciate everybody being here. I do want to do a few real quick mousekeeping so we can kind of get everybody up to date on what's coming up as we get closer and closer to trips. I'm sure there'll be some special streams coming up and things like that. Steve, did you want to talk a little bit about your channel? What's coming up?
Yeah, I got on Monday. I'm starting. It's not going to be a weekly show. It's just going to be like once a month or so. But I'm doing a Getting to Know You series, and my first channel up will be the Shep family. So really want to help him grow. He's such a great guy, and they have a great family and great content, and he deserves a lot more than he's got. So we're going to start with Shep. All right, great. And anything else coming up? Oh, and then of course Dis and That on Wednesdays. If you haven't seen Dis and That, we just have a lot of fun doing it. It's really fun. Just go check out Dis and That every Wednesday at 9:30. And, of course, every Saturday with Walt. SportsNite with Disney always involved. So, I just have fun. I got a lot going on, but it's always worth it. And we're going to have a lot coming up with in the near future concerning the trip in August. So, cool. There you go. Awesome. And everybody right now following me, please go see Dan over at Disney. Dan, his Disney Fiasco is actually probably already started, and I apologize. We're running over. Just started, yeah. Yep. Let them know that you're coming over from Mouse Talk, and Mouse Talk sent you. Other than that, with us, like I said, I got a new video coming out with our new series that I'm starting. It's called the Disney Ride Along, where we will take one ride or attraction from all of Walt Disney World, and we'll talk about that attraction. We'll break it down, and then we'll put on our Imagineer hats, and we'll talk about ways we might change it, things we might do to kind of reimagine it. It's going to be a fun series. And, of course, check out Melissa's series, her To Eat or Not to Eat the Disney Question. We'll have a new one of them coming out as well. Streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Other than that, folks, we definitely appreciate you being here. Thank you to everybody, all the new folks coming in tonight. We definitely appreciate you. Come back again. We have a great Disney community here. Check out Steve's channel, Steve's World, my partner channel, and Dan, my other partner channel. And until next time, folks, take care of yourselves and each other. And we'll talk to you all really soon. Go over to see Dan. Check him out and let him know Mouse Talk sent you. Bye, everybody.